Welcome back to the Pen and Podcast. This is actually episode 10. I fucked up
Woo!
last episode and said it was episode 8 when it was really episode 9. So welcome to episode 10 Pen and Podcast. We're double digits, Eddie. We're in double digits, prime time.
Oh, we actually stuck with it.
We actually did. You think we'll get to 50?
I think we can get to 50.
We could
That's
definitely
achievable.
get to 50.
A little over a year of podcasting. I think we can do that.
Yeah, right, because 52. Yeah, we took 2 weeks.
We skipped some weeks, so
So a little bit over a year, and yeah. So today's episode is, I think, it's basic, but it's also fun. So we
yes,
are going to be listing our top 10 games of all time. Now we base this off like our objective view of how like good they are as a video game. We're not basing it off of like a Metacritic or anything like that, or like how much we like it. We're saying how good they are as a video game, you know. But first, we're gonna start off with some introductions. Eddie, how we doing, buddy?
we doing good. Pretty tired today. I woke up early.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work. This is the same fucking story every week. I went to work,
But like,
went to
tell us about
work
your
at
week.
8.
How about that?
Okay, well, today's different because it's Saturday. So Saturday I have my long day at work. So I did 8 to 5.
Ooh.
Then I went to dinner with my mom, and then grocery shopping, and then we on the pod. But for the week, let's see. I had a minor back tweak. Like I thought I re-injured my back, but I didn't. It was just like a little pop, and it scared the shit out of me, but nothing really happened.
Okay.
So that's good. What else? School has been going fine. Powerlifting club's been going fine.
I didn't even start the video. Sorry, video viewers. My bad.
God damn it. That's
yeah,
fine.
let me share it again.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. I'm looking at it. I'm like, why is there nothing playing? All right.
You were saying.
Yeah, powerlifting club's going well. Let's see. I saw that movie Smile. Have you seen ads for that?
No, I wanted to see Smile though.
Dude, that's a fucking great movie. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was like one scene in it that like it was like so horrible, like I had tears in my eyes. Like it was so like it was horrific.
Oh my
like,
god.
It was fucking Jesus Christ. Like, oh my god. So yeah, good movie. Really good movie. Yeah. And then 2 more movies I've seen. I watched this really bad B horror movie called The Bone Snatcher. It's from like 2003. It's free on YouTube for anyone who's interested, but it is really bad. Yeah, The Bone Snatcher, and then I watched a not so B horror movie called The Lodge. It's not The Cabin, it's The Lodge.
The Lodge.
This one was a lot better. It was just like less of a horror and more of like a oh my god, that's super fucked up type of movie. So kind of horror, but like yeah, more like tragedy, like holy shit, like this is really bad kind of movie. Not like bad like quality, but like this is a bad situation. Like yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, some three recommendations. If you want to laugh, watch The Bone Snatcher. If you want to cry and be terrified, watch Smile. If you want to say like, damn, that's fucked up, watch The Lodge. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's my week though. How's your week been?
It's been good. This week was I worked like straight 8 to 5, and usually I do a split shift, so it's 8 to 5 has been I don't know how I like it compared to a split shift, you know.
Right.
More gas being used during a split shift, but It is what it is. So
It is what
it
it
is.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, been just doing that, hanging out with my girlfriend. Yeah, nothing really much. Today her and I went to IKEA first, just like look at some new like bed frames or whatever for me. Maybe don't have a change.
Right.
Maybe what do you think about pull-out beds?
Um, like that pull out from a couch.
Yeah, pretty much like it's a couch and it pulls out to a bed.
I think they're good for like guest rooms and living rooms, but other than that, nah.
No. Okay.
Yeah. They're not very comfortable because there was a weekend where I had to house sit for somebody and we slept on a pull-out bed and it was like bad. Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean my dad's pushing me to do a pull-out bed because convenience, and it opens up my room more space
It's
and
true.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's that like trade-off, comfortability for space.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, gonna figure that out. And then after IKEA today, we went to Ashley Home Furniture Store. Dude, those
All right.
salesmen are so aggressive. Never go there.
That's
And
funny.
your intent is to like buy that day, never go there. Those salesmen are so aggressive. Like I was like stressed out by how much like this lady was coming up
Nice.
to us, be like, "Oh, this bed's mattress." We were looking at mattresses, and she's like, "No, it's 0% down. You should do it. You guys deserve it. You should do it right now.
Jesus. That's
I'll
intimidating
get
and
you signed
also
up.
terrible.
Get you signed up right now."
Jeez.
I'm like, "Oh my god, lady!" I was like, "I just want to look. Just want to look."
Yeah, just back up. Good
Yeah,
lord.
and my girlfriend said they're solely like commission based, so like I can see why
Yeah,
they need to
that's
be
why.
aggressive, but fuck, man,
Yeah, dude, just chill.
I was like scared to like respond sometimes. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
it's scary. It's scary. Like, God, yeah, but that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much how my week went in my day. But um, I'll go straight into what I'm playing. I'm playing solely God of War. Played a couple of matches of Rocket League. But yeah,
Nice.
God of War, almost done with that. That game is really good. I like that. Won't be in what we're doing. Well, or my top 10 because I haven't beat it yet. But I don't know if I could put it up there. It's a good story,
Mm,
and like
right.
I like like everything else, characters and stuff. Pretty good, not bad. Um,
Hell yeah.
what have
That's
you been
good.
playing?
Um, nothing much, brother. um, yeah, not really anything at the moment. I kind of picked my guitar back up again, so that was cool.
Okay.
And I haven't lost all my skills. That's been cool. Um, other than that, no games right now. I've just been kind of like doing homework and hanging out. So yeah,
Yeah. Annabelle. I mean, well, you already know her name. Annabelle, my girlfriend, and I
yes.
have been going to beach sand volleyball sessions Monday and
Oh,
Wednesdays.
dude, that's fucking sick
It
because
is
that was super
sick.
fun when we were down there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it is sick.
that
And
was awesome. Yeah.
but like we had a Annabelle told me about the Meetup app where like where the group is, and how you join the group and then you got to reserve a spot because there's only like 24 spots
That's
available.
cool.
And so the
Nice.
first time we did it, we got there, and I thought I knew how to play volleyball. I thought I knew. We were
Right.
playing it like wrong, man. When we were doing that, I got that
That's
like
funny.
so. It was almost instantly like the first play I fucked up.
Jeez.
First, dude, because like we were doing it wrong. Because like you can't set it over one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have to
I
spike
didn't
over.
know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You
Yeah.
two,
That's like if you play like legit. Like we were
this is
just playing in
legit.
the park. Yeah,
This
we're
is
just
like a
playing on
legit
farm.
thing. It said, and the meeting thing said B level and up only, please. I was
Oh,
like, you
dude,
know
yeah,
what?
you're
I
in
think
like
I'd
a
be level.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you're like fucking F minus, and so am I.
I've improved thanks to Annabelle though. And well, like I was hitting it the second time when I wasn't the setter, and that's wrong. And so like
Right.
the first day was rough, and I cleaned up towards the end. But then that was Monday, so we signed up again for Wednesday, and like that day, the
Uh-huh.
the host organizer messaged me on the meetup app, was like, I'm gonna read it verbatim because it low-key hurt my feelings when I first read it.
Oh no.
It has
Jeez.
a happy ending. This has a happy ending story.
Okay.
Like what I'm so it's, hi Zachary. This group is for B level and above. Currently you are around a C level for sand. I'll give you a couple of weeks to improve, but please work on passing control, setting, and knowing where to be on defense. If there isn't any improvement, we will have to ask you to come back once there is improvement. I
Oh
was
my
asked by a
god.
few to remove you, but I figured
Whoa.
I would give you more time in case you are just rusty. Thanks.
Jesus,
I
man.
was like,
That
Loki,
made me feel so bad.
I read that as don't come back for a couple weeks until you're better. But what he was really saying was like, still come, but if you're still doing shit, don't come for a couple weeks to improve. Like, I took it that wrong way. Then,
That's fucking crazy.
oh
Dude, I
god,
would have been so sad. Like, oh god.
yeah, I
Like,
was, dude. So then I didn't go that Wednesday, obviously. So then
yeah.
I think we went that Monday or Wednesday next week again, and
Uh-huh.
I was doing better. And the guy who messaged me is like, "Hey, you've been improving." You know, I was like, "Good
Nice.
job." I was like, "Fuck, thank you." I don't want to be kicked out. I really like playing this.
I don't want to be I don't want
I
to be
don't want to be kicked out,
excommunicated.
dude. I don't. But
Damn, dude.
it's been
That's
really
a
fun
soul
though.
crushing.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
soul crushing
cool.
when I read that. I was like, oh,
Yeah, dude, I would have been super sad.
no one's asked me to be
Like,
like, get out. You suck.
you're so bad, you need to leave.
Yeah, I was humbled. Was humbled for once, but yeah, that's what's been going on.
It's funny.
All right, we ready to dive right into this, bro?
Ivan,
I've
let's
been
go.
12, almost 13 minutes in. Okay, so how we're gonna start? Here's the order we're gonna do this. So Eddie and I are gonna guess each other's top three, the games that are in our top three, not in any order, but like whatever's in our like top three games ever. If we get them right, you know, it was just a cool thing to guess, and then we're gonna do honorable mentions, like also the guess to see how much we like know each other in terms of like video
Mhm.
games. And then after that, after honorable mentions, we're only gonna do 3 honorable mentions, and then we're gonna get into our top 10. After each, you know, each time we go, after like if I say number 10, I'm gonna talk about why I gave it number 10, what I like about it. You know, it's like a discussion around it. So it's not like an easy like 30-minute podcast, you know, because I want to talk about some of our rankings. Especially I want to know your rankings. You probably know why I ranked some of mine, where it is.
Yeah.
And so the rule we gave ourselves was you can't have 2 games in the same franchise, for example. I can't put Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 in the same list. Can't put Call of Duty Black Ops 3 in this list and Call of Duty 4, you know, Modern Warfare, you know, stuff like that. So, Eddie, are you ready to guess each other's top 3? I'll let you go first.
All right. So,
In no order.
all right. So I guessed Fallout New Vegas,
Okay.
Borderlands 2,
Okay.
and some Pokemon title. I don't know. I couldn't I couldn't think of what specific one.
Okay.
Those are my guesses though.
All right. All right. Here's mine. Guesses for you. Borderlands 2,
Right.
Half-Life 2,
Right.
and Doom Eternal.
All right.
See, so I knew you talked about Half-Life 2 before, and I'm pretty sure you were like, yeah, this game's fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
obviously Borderlands 2, you were
Mm-hmm.
just crazed for that game, and you still are. I bet you could
do.
still go back to it even now.
I do adamantly talk about it,
Yeah,
but
and
you'll have
then
to see where it lands.
and then Doom Eternal. I was like, I really couldn't find a third game, to be honest, if I kept thinking about it. But then I was like, maybe Black Ops 3, but like, would he put that in his top three because of this, like, just the campaign? I mean, the campaign isn't as good as
Right.
the other two. But those are our
Yeah.
top three. So for your top three, for me, that's interesting. Definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I can see why you did
I
that.
think I couldn't think. Number 2 is kind of a throwaway. The Borderlands 2 guest. I
Yeah.
know it's on your list, but I couldn't think of a third one.
Okay.
New Vegas is definitely top 3. It has to be, because you rant and rave about how it's so amazing.
Yeah.
And then I thought Pokemon, but I couldn't pin which one.
There's a
Um,
lot. There is a lot.
yeah, there's too many to choose, but
Uh-huh.
it's some Pokemon title. That's my guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we move into the honorable mentions?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have you start. What are your three honorable mention games of all time?
All right. Honorable mention 1 is something that reminds me of sitting in a corner with a charging plug attached to my DS at my grandparents' house for hours at a time.
Mmm.
And that's Pokemon Diamond.
Oh, all
So
right. Starting off strong with an honorable mention.
that's yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
an
you're not really a
that was
Pokemon guy, so I can see why.
yeah, but that's like when I originally like when I was making my list, like I ended up with 13, and this was the 3 honorable mentions are the 3 that went over 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for those
um,
who don't know.
yeah, but Pokemon Diamond, specific things I can point out: soundtrack, art style, um,
Bangers, dude.
not necessarily story, because I was a bit too young to kind of comprehend it, or like, but just the feeling that it gave me, like the feeling of adventure and to collect and improve and take advantage of certain game mechanics like the elemental like resistances and weaknesses and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the differing environments and like the massive, like what seemed so massive in the scale of the game, like it seemed like it went, I would never finish it, which I never did,
Mm.
with how it just felt so giant. And yeah, the music I always think about, like I could die to that music. It's so nice.
Literally, it's
Yeah,
amazing. Pokemon music just hits,
yeah,
bro. Okay.
yeah. All right, so number 2. Well, the honorable mentions are in order, but the second honorable mention, um, I kind of broke the rules slightly. I said
Mm.
it's either Bioshock 1 or Bioshock Infinite.
Okay.
Um, so I'll talk a little bit about each. So Bioshock 1 was probably one of the first. Yeah, it's probably one of the first FPSs I ever played, because I can name the 3 first FPSs I played.
Mm-hmm.
World at War, Bioshock 1, Half-Life 2. Those were the first 3 FPSs I ever played.
Yeah.
I don't know which one was first, but those were the 3. And Bioshock 1 created a standard for action first person shooter combat for me, because I played Bioshock 1 at like the age of literally the year it came out. So what was that,
Yeah.
like
2007.
2007? Yeah, so I've been playing Bioshock 1 since I was 7 years old. And that game set a standard in terms of like what an FPS needs to do for me, and that's not just like good combat sequences and good like shooting mechanics, but it's also to have an RPG element involved with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of like discovering the guns along the way, the creepy vibe, the old school, like old style,
Yeah,
like
I beat that
vintage.
game. Like I think
Yeah,
pretty recently in terms like I think last year. That game,
yeah,
dude, they have jump scares that I was actually scared. Like I jumped, I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
it's scary." It's a horror game.
yeah, dude. Yeah, no, it was like it really did the horror the horror shooter like really early before it
Mm-hmm.
was like a thing, you know.
Yeah.
And they actually like made it scary, but they also made you feel powerful. Like you're not a powerless character. Like a lot of first person horror, you're a powerless character.
Mm-hmm.
In Bioshock, you're not. Like you're you're definitely, you can get scared, but like you have the power to like fight the scary shit back because like you have a big arsenal of like cool weapons and you have things you can do to the environment. And yeah, for me, Bioshock, the biggest thing is like it set a standard for what a shooter is for me, and also like the environments are so interesting. Like the fucking Rapture, like an underwater utopian society that
Oh,
falls apart because that could never work. Like what a fucking amazing idea. Like that's so credible.
yeah.
So yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
so that's my second one. Number three, once again, not in order. Honorable mention. This was the first game that I got with my Xbox 360, and
Mm-hmm.
this one is Batman Arkham Asylum.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay.
this game is for me like this is what made my favorite superhero Batman, because I think
And
like
he's not even a superhero
Batman's like
too.
the
That's crazy.
yeah, dude. Yeah, Batman's the coolest fucking guy ever. Like, cause he's just like a regular dude, but like
Yeah.
he's better, you know.
I'm
So,
better.
but the reason that this game is so cool, one, the art style is like so like gritty and like dark, and I always remember the way the Joker is designed. God, his face is just so intense and like mangled, and the colors are so oh god.
Mm-hmm.
So the color in the art style, because most of the game it's quite drab, but in certain sequences it's very colorful, and they do a really good job with that. Um, but for this game, this one is on this honorable mention because it is so, the story is highly developmental. The fighting is really satisfying. It has good puzzles. Um, the voice acting is like so perfect. Like Mark Hamill and I can't remember the guy that does the Batman voice, but he's done it in a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
animated Batmans. But Mark Hamill and that Batman have the best synergy. And like whenever I think of Batman, or whenever I think of the Joker, those are the voices I see. Like they're perfect. Like
Yeah.
God, it's incredible. So, um, and then the stealth sequences, like where you're like hiding on the gargoyles and shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, what a great game! So amazing.
Yeah.
Great sprawling world, good level design, open world elements. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
great.
Yeah.
Good movement. Good game.
I
Hell yeah.
put I played a couple I think like an hour or two into I think it was the first one, Arkham Asylum.
It's definitely the best one. Everyone else disagrees. They say City or even Arkham Knight, but I completely disagree. I think Arkham Asylum is way better.
Okay. All right. Those are some good honorable mentions, man. Good.
Hell yeah.
All right. I'll start with mine. So, this game I played and was pretty enthralled. Like, and it's an open world. It's a sequel, but also not technically a sequel. And I had it spoiled for me by our Mormon friend.
Which one?
Exactly. Our
Oh yeah,
Mormon
you're trying to
friend.
make sure that they're not incriminated.
who our name anonymous, but low-key was the reason why I don't have this higher on this list.
Oh my
Because,
god.
well,
I think I know who it is.
yeah, I think you know who it is too, but I have Red Dead Redemption 2 on as an
I know
honorable
exactly who it
mention. Yes, this game is so good.
is.
The story is good. The world is good. The gameplay is a little questionable sometimes. How the controls, but man, it makes up for it on that story. But it was spoiled for me and how what happens with the main character, and
it's quite a shame.
it
Dude,
was a
I almost
shame.
accidentally spoiled myself for that game.
Really?
I was joking with a coworker and unknowingly I guessed the ending as a joke. Like I was joking around and I
What?
guessed it and I didn't even know. But when I finished the game, I was like, holy shit, when I said that, I was right.
My God.
Yeah, I guessed exactly what happens to him. I was like, what the fuck? Like
Oh my God, dude. But yeah,
that was
like
wild.
after that
Yeah.
happens, the ending sequence is wild. And it's like there are different paths too, so that's crazy. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, I remember standing in line. This is what pissed me off so much, dude. I stood in line. I have the steelbook still. The Red Dead Redemption
God.
2 steelbook, and I got like the $100 edition that had like online. I didn't even play online at all, but like I didn't even care. I just wanted the steelbook. Oh,
That's
so good,
fucked.
dude. Yeah.
It's a great game.
Great
Good
game.
choice. I thought about putting that on there, but
Mm-hmm.
these have a little bit more for me.
Mm-hmm. The next honorable mention I had, this is in no order. I get these. Minecraft.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, yours didn't make the list. Holy
No, it
shit.
did not make the list.
Damn.
Minecraft. We've played so many hours of Minecraft. You can do anything in there. It's amazing. I still
This
go
amounts
back
of
to it.
hours.
Actually, I think I still have a realm active that I still need to like disable or get to see if like they're still using it or not. That world's
Yeah.
good still. I still want to build on that, but
Hell yeah.
not much else to say, man. Minecraft.
Great
I
one.
only play survival. I think it's the only way to play because I'm not creative enough to do creative mode and build my own stuff. I do survival, and they just keep adding stuff to it. And sometimes, the Nether is fucking hard. Like they buffed the Nether, dude. You
Dude, that
you
game
die
is
easy.
fucking way harder than it used to be. Shit
Yeah,
is intimidating
dude.
again, though.
Hard mode
Holy
is
shit.
actually hard.
Exactly.
Actually hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's this next honorable mention. It is to Eddie will be sacrilegious that it did not make the
I think I know.
list.
I think I know. It's
Honorable
one of my
mention
guesses, isn't it?
Borderlands 2.
Yeah, I knew it.
Dude, I wanted to put this on the list, but everything else
Sacrilegious.
I've played, I just thought was better.
Damn. All right.
It's so good though. Borderlands 2 is so good. It's so much co-op fun. You can play with up to 3 friends, doing raid bosses, different guns, different loadouts that you can do with like different characters. 6 different characters to play as. Like, I'm disappointed that it wasn't on in myself that I couldn't put it in the top 10.
Right.
But I've played so many other
Damn,
like
dude.
varied games that I'd be like, I have to put this as an. I have to at least. If I didn't even mention it, I think that would have been worse.
Yeah, that's true. Jesus, you were even considering not mentioning it? What the fuck?
No, I definitely was like, I have to mention it
Oh,
some way. Just wouldn't
God.
even yeah, dude.
Disappointment.
Ah, this I know Eddie's super disappointed in me right now.
Fucking
Oh
Christ.
man.
Sad. All
All
right.
right, so those are our honorable mentions, and so from now we will be ranking from number 10 to number 1 of our favorite games ever. Eddie, start us off. Number 10.
All right. Number 10. Racing with Ryan. I'm just kidding. For you guys, for those who don't know, there's a weird indie game on the Xbox store called Race with Ryan, and we all played it once, and it was like really
I
dumb.
didn't play that. Eli played that.
Eli played it. Yeah, our friend Eli did, but that's a joke. Okay, so number 10. So I was torn between this and another instance in the series.
Okay.
So this one came out on top just because, well, one, it was my first introduction into the series, and two, I think it does a couple of things better. And my number 10 pick is Dark Souls 3.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Dark Souls
So
3.
now the one that it was almost beaten by is Elden Ring, which recently
Oh.
came out this year, as
Oh, you
viewers may
put that in
know.
the same franchise, huh? I can see why. I can see
Yeah,
why.
I kind of had to. Um, it's kind of not, but like, yeah. So, okay, reason why Dark Souls 3 takes Elden Ring, and also why it's on the list. So, being a FromSoft game, obviously it's very challenging. That's not the main reason that it's on here. That is a reason, but it is the level design, the bosses, and the music. That's what puts it here.
Mm-hmm.
So, FromSoft Games, that's the company that makes these. The story is incredibly complex and impossible to understand unless you want to read like a Bible about the fucking about the universe. And I've done a lot of research and I've watched a lot of videos about the world, but it's too much. So the level design, the way that they create such diverse environments that are gorgeous, like, oh god, like
Mm-hmm.
fucking coming out of my eyes, bro. Like shit is insane. Like they look so good, like, and they're so variable. Like you find yourself like in these, deep, you know, begrudging swamps that are purple and brown, and they have nasty colors, and the monsters inside are just these horrific, slimy, snarling, horrible animals. And then you go all the way up to like fucking um I'm mixing this up with Elden Ring environments. You go to like Lothric Castle with like these old, you know, um tarnished knights that are
Mm-hmm.
decaying as they sit in the castle to commit to their servitude until the day that they just fucking perish away. Like they're just rotting away, protecting these old libraries and these old kings that have been dead for thousands of years, but they're immortal because they've lost their soul and they're stuck just committing to their life of servitude forever. And like they
Yeah.
just create this environment where it's so dark and it's so like, oh, it's so like old medieval, but also like so modern and like gorgeous and like large and ugh. And all those adjectives go into the music as well. So like all the soundtrack is classical orchestral. There's no like electronic or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it creates moods that reflect those adjectives I just used to describe the environment is something I've almost never experienced before. Like the music is so fitting that I don't know. It's like they had the game done and they gave it to the composer and they were like, make the soundtrack for the game.
Make.
Like he had already seen the entire environment. Like he had been there already, and it just fits so perfectly. So,
Yeah.
and then tying into the last part with the boss battles, the music combined with the environments create a a perfect platform for these immense, gigantic, intimidating, sharp, intense, challenging, amazing little designs that FromSoft came up with as boss fights. And the bosses they feel so unique, like nothing you've ever seen before. Like I'll never forget the first time you walk into the Abyss Watchers boss fight. So this is like one of the main bosses in the story. there's this cutscene that plays, and the
Yeah.
gimmick with the Abyss Watchers is it's this group of like guardian knights that are guarding these tombs. They're called the Abyss. They watch the Abyss. They're guarding these tombs, and they've been cursed, so they're destined to fight each other to the death for eternity. And it's such a
Oh my
fucking cool
goodness.
idea. Like, you walk into the room and the cutscene plays, and then one of them pulls a sword out of another, and he looks up at you and he fucking draws his sword. But during the fight, the Abyss Watchers are simultaneously fighting you while also being damned to their eternity of fighting each other, which is like, oh my god! And the soundtrack to this fight is incredible. Oh, so yeah, Dark Souls 3,
Mm-hmm.
incredible game, fucking fantastic. Go
Wow.
play it. It's so hard, but it's so fucking worth it. Good lord. Oh,
And you got a lot to say about the number 10 spot, man. We're in for a treat.
absolutely, dude. Yeah, number 10 is just as good as anything. This is the top 10 ever. So these are all amazing.
Wow.
Putting something in number 10 is no diss. Like, this is like the best of the best
Yeah.
of the best,
That's
you know.
right. That's
So,
right. All right. So that's good number 10. And for me, my number 10 spot, I remember picking this up on Black Friday. I remember Ishan was at the same Best Buy as me. I was picking this up.
whoa.
Yep,
What is
Ishan was
this?
there, was waiting in line for Black Friday, right?
Whoa.
And playing this game, like the first time I played this game, I distinctly remember like the smell in my room and in my house at the time,
Holy
and
shit.
how my bed was perfectly made, right? And I was just sitting on the edge of my
Right.
bed playing this, and I
What
put
is this game?
hours into this game. My friends and I made our own Xbox parties. So when we're all playing, it was just this game. I was late to the party, 5 years late playing this game, but it is the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim
Okay.
at number 10.
Damn. Great
I
choice.
still get like I still remember it. I still get like this. I'll smell like something, and that aroma will like bring me back to when I first played Skyrim. Like it's just that distinct
Oh,
smell I have because it was like
yeah.
November. It was close to Christmas time,
Yep.
and oh my god, dude, I love
Damn.
Skyrim. I still will go back to this constantly. I have a character that's
Amazing.
like 170 hours right now. The first like 50 of those are very bloated though, because I was an idiot and just not an idiot, but I just wanted to see like if I just walked everywhere, what that would
Yep.
feel like.
Right.
It was pretty immersive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is.
But
The
dude,
soundtrack is great for that.
yeah,
Just walking.
you don't
Yeah.
you don't play Skyrim for the main story. You play Skyrim for the environment, what happens in the world. You play it for those side quest stories that are way better than way better than the campaign than it should be. You play it for the environmental stories. You go into a dungeon, you see some blood near a campfire, and like, what the fuck happened here? And you see some like draugrs and wolves, and then like the journals you can read, which like I didn't do most of the time, but when I did, I was like, oh, what this is wild. This fucking happened here. And oh man, there's so much you can do in Skyrim. Like it's insane.
It's a
The
great game, dude.
music, all of the music that's undertone. Like I could, you like you can just walking in Skyrim, cathartic. It's cathartic for me.
Exactly. It's sad. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
satisfying thing. You don't have
very
to even do
satisfying.
anything. You just exist
You just
in the world,
exist.
and that's all it
That
takes.
is what a lot of games just don't have, man. It's just the world. They just don't have the world.
Right.
But that is my number 10 spot, Skyrim. Classic. Play it. Mm. Number 9,
Yes.
Eddie. What do we got?
Number 9. All right. So this is your first mistake in
Mm.
the guess.
Mm.
All right. Number 9 is, I'm going to actually say that this was the first FPS that I ever played.
Oh
So
man.
this is Half-Life 2,
Okay.
created
One of my
by
guesses is wrong.
Valve Corp in 2004. Old as fuck, but the most recent time I played through it was literally last year.
Yeah.
So I've probably played it more than 10 times. But for those of you who don't know about Half-Life 2, you might say, oh, he picked a fucking game from 2004. That's fucking lame as shit. No, it's fucking not. Because the way that the engine and the graphics run, this is where my snobby needs for high graphics and high performance came from, because this fucking game came out in 2004 and it runs better than 90% of the games that come out now.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's not like, oh, you're playing a game from 2004 on hardware from 2020. Like, no, I was playing hardware I was playing on hardware from 2006 from a game that came out in 2004, and it ran that well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my the biggest thing I always remember from this game is the performance. That's what created my high standards for what a game should feel like. It should feel smooth. The controls are, coherent. Everything just feels so sharp about how it's made. Um, but that's on the technical end. On the more artistic end of this game, I would have to say that this game showed me really what a sci-fi reality can be written into.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, this game created my enjoyment of dystopic society type video games. So this, in combination with Bioshock, which I talked about it earlier, dystopic societies are a great interest of mine, because they kind of show you a world that could have been or could be. Um, but Half-Life 2 creates a lovely sense of gloom and doom, shadowy, dark hopelessness of the human existence slowly being controlled and taken over by this race called the Combine. That they're essentially, what they do is they harvest planets,
Mm-hmm.
and they enslave people, and they have these giant wars, and but mankind is being consumed by this alien race called the Combine, and you play as a key figure, um, who essentially brought the Combine to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But you're trying to reverse your mistakes, and the mistakes weren't necessarily caused by you, but you're working with a resistance group, and you're kind of like evading the Combine's control, and there's all these like very interesting plot elements with characters that used to be on your side that changed to the other side, and all kinds of like. And then that's from a story standpoint, and then from combat, you have a very basic array of weapons, but they all feel highly satisfying to use. Like, you have a regular 9mm, you have
Mm-hmm.
a submachine gun, you have a revolver, you have a shotgun. But all these guns, like, they sound really simple and basic, but they're done so perfectly that it's like, I've never felt gunplay feel as satisfying. There's one other game that I'll say is more satisfying than this in terms of gunplay, and I'll get to that later in the list. But um, it's, good lord, it is incredible. And then the best feature for the combat is the fucking gravity gun. Oh my god, what
Really?
an amazing feature. So this game is built on the Source engine, which is what Valve has used for the past like fucking 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And a big focus with the Source engine was dynamic physics that run in real time. Um, so like non-scripted, like physical
Mm-hmm.
events that
Yeah.
can happen anytime during gameplay. And the gravity gun was built to let the player take advantage of that physics application in the engine. And you can literally just manipulate objects in the environment, use them in combat. So like, like you'll be in a house and you're getting swarmed by combine police officers, and like one guy comes in the door and you can just pick up a fucking rocking chair with the gravity gun and shoot it at him. Like it's such an incredible, like, something that had never been done before, and it sounds like so normal today, but like
Yeah.
that you have to remember this came out in 2004. you know like this is like second generation FPS. Like first generation we had Doom, Wolfenstein, Half-Life 1, stuff
Yeah.
like that. This is like second generation FPS, so that's not like a highly developed genre yet, but this game developed the genre. This set the standard for performance. The fact that FPS could have story, good depth, art. It's not just about shooting, it's about just beauty.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful game. I highly recommend it. Anyone can run it, even if you have the most dinosaur PC ever, because it came out in 2004. So, and it's highly optimized, so it works on almost any piece of equipment, which is amazing. So,
It's
yeah,
awesome. Awesome.
that's
I've
number 9.
never played Half-Life, and
It's
would
a
you
must do, dude.
would you like, even if I buy like bought like the orange box that's on console, would you even recommend that, or would you recommend just PC?
It feels the best on a PC because I've played it on a console and it doesn't feel right
Does it feel right? Okay.
because it wasn't built for a console. The orange box was a cash grab. We can all admit that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So play it on a computer
That's right.
for
Well,
sure.
question is, will we ever get Half-Life 3?
I don't know. Maybe it's looking hopeful, but it'll be it'll be kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Half-Life Alex came out. Half-Life Alex was the most recent iteration of the series. It was a VR only version, but it was built in the new engine, which gives me hope. That means they're actually using Source 2 and they're not just porting current games to it.
Yeah.
So I have hope, but it's feeling more hopeful than it did like 5 years ago when we were like, what the fuck is happening? Like, are they ever going to release anything?
Mm-hmm. True.
So, or are they just going to keep cash grabbing off all the fucking CS:GO cases? So,
True. Fucking money grabs.
yeah.
But that's good. That's good. Okay. My number 9 game is a good number 9 choice for you. Number 9. I haven't really delved into this series as much as I'd like to, and I like, this is the 7th game in this series
Oh,
that I'm playing, and it was remade. So this isn't even the original. This was
I know what
a
this is.
remake. I played it on PS5, 60 frames, and I had no concept of the story except for when, like, of the fate of a certain character. But I think, yeah, or like midway I found out about that, like one character's like kind of sucks. But it could be different, and I am putting Final Fantasy VII
I
Remake
was right. I
as my
knew it.
number 9 spot. This game,
Damn.
the music, Final Fantasy's music smacks all the time, and especially Final Fantasy VII, the Sephiroth theme, dude. Oh my god, that's just one of the tracks, dude. It's a beautiful game. It looks great, and Final Fantasy is typically a turn-based game, but they made the switch to action, like more action RPG in this. I mean, and I like it. The combat was very, it's stylized and it flows very well. I just enjoyed, like, I would fight like any character, any enemy I could see on screen, honestly, because it was just that good. And I I thought I was playing on like the easy no, like, because like I thought there was a trophy for playing on the medium difficulty, because there's two when you start out, easy and medium.
Mhm.
I played on medium. And I thought, because I didn't even look into it, it's like, oh, if I play a medium, maybe I'll get the trophy for when I beat it for medium and easy, because it pops for both. Well, no, that doesn't happen. And in fact, there's a trophy for beating it on the hard mode, which comes after you beat it the first time. It doesn't matter on which difficulty you beat it the first time anyway.
Okay.
But the characters in this game, Cloud, Strife, Barrett, Tifa, Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII story that released in '97. It's a and how they approach it in Final Fantasy VII remake from 2020, very different. Sephiroth doesn't appear so early in the game as he does in the remake. So
Okay.
with that fate of a certain character I was talking about, maybe that doesn't happen. Because in the next game that's coming out, because this is a 3-part remake of like a 30 something hour like campaign JRPG from '97. They're really stretching this, like Hobbit stretching it. So
Yeah.
and with Rebirth, that's the next game. It's like all of Final Fantasy remake part 1 happens in Midgar, which is it's like the beginning of the game in the original. So like, man, and then the story elements, they're just different. And I watched a whole like original Final Fantasy VII video. I was like, here's everything that happens in Final Fantasy VII, right? And I was like, this shit is crazy. The stuff that happens in the story of the just remake part 1 was crazy, but like actual Final Fantasy VII, Eddie, oh my god. Oh my god. No wonder it's like revered as one of the best games ever.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's all I ever hear, man.
yeah.
That's when you said 7, that's the first thing I thought of. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I know exactly what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're releasing a prequel game called Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, which tells the story of this character named Zack, who is the same so Cloud, the main character, is a part of the soldier class like series or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like mercenaries working for the corporation pretty much. And Zack is also a soldier, but the strange thing is like Zack has Cloud's sword in the prequel, but then Cloud, so that's like, oh, what happened to Zack, And I never, and like, it's not really I guess it could be a spoiler, but I won't say it, but like in remake, they were teasing some like, multiverse stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's strange. It's very interesting. Like, it makes me want to play it again, just to be like,
yeah, really.
What? They're
Because you might notice things the second time around.
I
What
might,
Yeah.
with like
That hint to that.
Zack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to play the because they're like remastering Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, the prequel story, which it's not canonical to the remake storyline, but it is canonical to the original Final Fantasy VII storyline. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Like they would release a prequel story that's not connected to what they're remaking, but they want to introduce the character because in the remake sequel, he's most likely going to be playing a role. Maybe we play as him, It's interesting. Final Fantasy
it's kind of a
VII
weird
remake.
setup. Yeah.
It's interesting. That's all I can say. It's just interesting. But that's my number 9 spot. Number 8, Schmedward. What are we doing?
Right. Here we go. This is where you're wrong again in your prediction.
Are you serious, dude?
Damn it. So here we go. We talked about this last episode. Here we have a pivotal example of good action gameplay and performance.
Here we go.
So we have at number 8, Doom Eternal. So
Yeah.
this game kind of presses all the buttons that the two before it does. So level design from Dark Souls 3 and Half-Life 2, gunplay from Half-Life 2, um, challenge from Dark Souls 3,
Mm-hmm.
music from Dark Souls 3. So this Doom Eternal is like a great like subsequent combination of all the traits that Half-Life 2 and Dark Souls 3 kind of give to me. Um, what it does extra outside of that is I would just say the pacing is like perfect. There is some downtime, but when you're in the combat, it's like
Mm-hmm.
perfection. So yeah, I don't have much to say because it kind of really, well, like I said, it really reflects the traits that I talked about in Half-Life 2, Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, and we did a whole
So,
episode on it.
and we did talk about it a lot. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So go check out that episode if you want more on Doom Eternal, more in depth. Okay, so that's all you gotta say for
that's
number
all I
8.
got.
All right,
Number 8. Yep, it's a simple one.
all right. My number 8. It is you. You're wrong about one of my guesses. Yeah, number 8. I I couldn't choose what I wanted as my favorite because I was in the mindset of like, what is better, you know? What is better? And I just kept coming back to like this iteration of this game in the franchise where they you could I'm just gonna say it flat out. I don't know how else I could like tease it. Pokemon Heartgold and Soul Silver.
Oh, okay. I think my other guess is, I think I'm still in on that one. I think it's in top 3.
Uh, but Pokemon Heartgold, the music is so good, dude. Beeps and the
Yep.
boops, man. Oh my gosh.
Apes and the boops.
You can see the Pokemon that's first in your party as you're walking.
Yep.
Dude, I mean it's generation 4 combat. It still has the pixel graphics. It looks amazing. Like I think Gen 5 has like the best in terms of like art style for like the pixel games, but oh man, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you had the Pokewalker. You could take your fucking Pokemon with you in the real world and walk it and level it up and find items. I did that.
Hell
It
yeah.
was amazing. And that odometer was like a college did a study on it. It's like one of the most accurate odometers like ever, or pedometer. Which one is it? I think it's pedometer.
Pedometer. Pedometer. Yeah.
Pedometer. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then right, the, not to mention the Pokemon in Gen 2, aside from like the Gen 2 starters are a little mid in my opinion, but like the other Pokemon in that region. But then what really tops it above platinum for me is the end game. Once you
Mm-hmm.
become Pokemon League champion in Johto, you go to Kanto and you do it again, dude. That
Yeah.
is what did it for me. You get to go to another region, experience the same Pokemon again. Having like a Charizard like walk, my gosh, dude.
Fire.
Just the end game, and like you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Platinum to this game. That's what put it over for me, to be honest. Over Platinum as a better game, but I still like Platinum more. It's like centimeters parts of like terms of how I like it more. Like Platinum, I like it slightly more, but
Yeah.
Heart Gold
I
is
think
Soul
you're in the right
Silver.
spot though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gen 4. Goat.
Gen 4 is my favorite generation. They
Yes.
hit all the time. I still, what it was during, I think it was the end of 2021. No, I think it was the end of 2020 when I I walked into a it was like a couple days ago, not like right now, but like during 2020, I walked to a shop, saw Pokemon Platinum case and box and everything, and it looked. I was like, but it's for $100. So then I was like, maybe I'll come back to that, right? I got paid, and then I was like, you know, it's my birthday, and I went back through 2-3 days later and bought it, and I binged played that like I was fucking 7 again. Oh my god, it's so good still. And then I was like, I'm gonna buy Heartgold Soul Silver, and I played that, and I was like, this is baller. And then right at the end of it all, you get 16 badges. You're 2-time Pokemon League champion, I'm pretty sure, right? Because you get to do it again.
Yep.
Yep.
Hell
You
yeah.
face you face Red at the top of that mountain as the
It's that
final.
fucking cool, dude.
It's so cool. The music, oh my god. I can gush
Incredible.
about that. Oh my god. That is my 8th spot though. Number 8. Okay. What is number 7, Eddie? What is number 7?
So, this one, the biggest reason it's here is because it meant so much to me in terms of like memories. So, in high school, all of us, me and Zach, you're
Yep.
2 hosts of the Pennant podcast.
Yeah.
And our friend JT, Ishan, Eli, Bailey, everybody, Brandon, Alec, all the guys. So this game was, I would say, the peak of my my cringiest but also proudest accomplishment in my gaming days. The fucking Ninja Clan. This is the peak of the Ninja Clan, and this game, number 7, is Black Ops 3.
Let's
So
go, bro.
we're looking at 2015. We are freshmen, sophomore in high school, and all we fucking did was play Nuketown 24/7 and stomp people. We used
Yes,
to
bro.
fucking run the servers, bro. We'd be in a 6-man party. Everyone has the Ninja name tag. Yeah, we were all in a clan, and all of our gamer tags were the same. And I was the leader, and I was proud of inventing the Ninja Clan. And yeah, so Black Ops 3, incredible nostalgia, incredible, social memories with my friends playing that game. You could sink so much time into it, and because of the way that they changed the leveling, I think this was the first iteration. Once you hit Prestige Master in this game, you could keep going all the way up to this. You could be like Prestige Master level 1000 was the actual level cap.
That was the level
so, yeah, there was an endless amount of simple level progression, but also we got great attachment progression. The camo system in this game was very rewarding. The camos were really pretty. This was the game that they first added in the specialist too, which added a whole great new dynamic to the game. You could, it was just amazing to grind for challenges in this game. Like, that's why it felt so replayable. And it was just so fun to just like get in a lobby and everyone's just like grinding to become the fucking greatest, like most completionist Call of Duty player ever. And that's what kept me coming back to this one. And then, outside of that, you have amazing music. They added a feature in the menu where you could shuffle all of the music from all of the campaign, the zombies, and the multiplayer music like selection from all the Black Ops games into one, and you could shuffle through it, and it would play in the background. That was a bad voice crack. Um, and then the colors were so vibrant. Everything was easy to see. People didn't move too fast in the when you're in combat. Everything felt relatively balanced. The game modes were fun. Level design was good. I truly feel that Black Ops 3 was the last like amazing Call of Duty. Yeah. So
All right.
that is my number 7.
That's a great number 7 pick.
Thank you.
Fucking love Black Ops 3.
Great one.
All right. All right, my number 7. You also did not get this guess right.
Oh, what the fuck? God damn it. I know what
This
it is already.
this game, I can go back anytime, just like any of these games. But this game, like just the atmosphere of the world is so desolate, barren, and so, you know, rich in storytelling. That is, I obviously, yeah, I would have to say better than Skyrim in my opinion. I think that's just a genre thing, but I'm putting Fallout New Vegas in my number 7 slot.
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas. Just like you starting like this the beginning cutscene was like the fucking monologue from Benny. Looks like you're out of luck, kid. You're on a 24 karat run of bad luck. Oh man. Fallout, like the post-apocalyptic genre, I just love. Like I'll check out your game if it's post-apocalyptic. It's so awesome. But this game, you can aim down sights in this compared to Fallout 3. Just like the story. Just the story is amazing, dude. You have the complete fates of New Vegas in your hands, and it can go 4 different ways pretty much. And I think that like the choice you have, Obsidian Entertainment developed that game, and it is fucking, they're good. They're craftsmen at this, dude. In Fallout New Vegas, they had the DLC. Each DLC, banger, dude. Old War Blues, banger. Fuck, I'm blanking right now. What are the other ones?
I don't know. I never got that deep into that.
I'm gonna have to say it right now because that's integral to why it's like top 10. The Sierra Madre. Oh my god, that DLC is so annoying, but it's so good. It's so good. What else did it do? Old World Blues. You go to fucking Utah, and what's that? Honest Hearts, right? You're just like the characters. The characters are so memorable in that game. I'm like such at a loss for words, like how to describe how much I think Fallout New Vegas is amazing.
Yeah. I think for me it's like the desolation of the environment is just like crazy. Like it's just so barren and like so
Mm-hmm.
ugh.
The
Just like
factions
it's
in
just
there,
yeah.
peak fiction. I've heard that a lot.
Peak fiction.
Fallout New Vegas is one of those peak fiction games, dude. You can play it anyway. The modding capabilities insane. They're still making mods like DLC size mods, expansion size mods in this game's engine. Incredible.
It is
Incredible.
pretty amazing.
All right. Number 6. What do we got?
All right. Number 6. So, hold on. My document
Number
closed.
6.
Number 6, Burger King foot starting off with number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Okay, that's a dumb meme. But so number 6 is so this game of any game, this immerses me more than any game ever. And that's the reason it lands in this spot. The game is titled Battlefield 1.
Oh, I should have known. I should have known that was like. I was thinking of games that you absolutely love, and Battlefield 1 totally slipped my mind.
Yeah. There is no game that has made me feel more like inside my character than this. Like, it's indescribable. Like, I'm literally, like, you're just sitting down in a chair and like looking at a TV, but like in Battlefield 1, you feel like you're there. It's
Mm-hmm.
like your heart races. You're
Oh
looking at the
yeah.
fire. You feel like you're in a fucking trench in World War One. And oh man, another like, kind of a shallow reason why I like this game so much is I'm so damn good at it. Oh my god. I am so fucking good at this game. I used to top the list every fucking lobby, no matter what class I use. I could snipe, I could rush, I could play
He
support,
can do
I could do
anything.
anything.
Literally
Dude,
anything.
I'd drop anything.
He would
Fucking
go 50-7 and be like, this is such a shit game, guys. I'm doing so bad.
I'd feel
Like,
like
fuck
I
off,
kept thinking
Eddie.
like I'm like, oh guys, this is one of my worst games tonight, and I'm like 80-2 or some dumb
Yeah, I'll
shit like
check the
that.
leaderboards. He has like as many deaths as I have kills. I'm like, fuck you.
But yeah, oh man, Battlefield 1 music, so
My
inspiring, so
God, yeah.
emotional. The
I should put that on my
graphics,
playlist, dude. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's
dude.
good music.
For 2016, this game looks gorgeous and it runs so well. It's not fuzzy. It's nice and clear. Players are visible. Battlefield games are oftentimes they're so large in scale that it's hard to find enemies because they're like hard to see or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this game was like the map design was so perfectly linear, but also so perfectly open world that is just incredible. But the main point with this is the immersion, and oh my god, and it only accelerated it because I was so fucking good. But like I felt like fucking Captain America on the battlefield. Like nobody could stop me. Like I was just incredible. Like I felt like a superhero. It was amazing. Yeah, Battlefield 1, amazing game. My yeah, I would say my favorite online shooter of all time,
Yeah.
hands
Awesome.
down.
Awesome. I agree with that pick. Battlefield 1's fucking good. That's a great multiplayer game. And
Oh, so
Battlefield
good.
hasn't been good ever since.
Nope.
Nope.
It will never hit that height again, ever.
I'll be
It is
surprised if
not.
it comes close. So, my number 6 spot. This number 6 game, I'm still technically playing through, but I'm playing the DLC, but I beat the game. And it just makes you feel like you're a samurai. You are a samurai, but you are an assassin now. Because the enemy is not acting does not act like samurai. They don't give a fuck that you are a samurai, so then you have to adapt. And I'm putting Ghost of Tsushima in my number 6 spot. The music, it's just like, this is what Assassin's Creed is supposed to be. Like, you could stealth your way through this whole game with like, give or take a couple of cutscenes that they like make you do throughout the story, but oh my god, the samurai showdowns that you have, like, it's like a samurai movie, and I've never even seen a samurai movie. It feels like a samurai. I'm in a fucking movie about samurai. But then you're the ghost. The fucking ghost. They don't see you. Your whole camp's dead. You're a fucking ghost. You just kill. That's what assassin is. That's what Assassin's Creed needs to be. But
Exactly.
PlayStation and Sucker Punch Studios did it first, right? And there's different stances as a samurai for different types of enemies.
That's amazing.
That ups.
I know nothing about this game, so I'm like,
you have different stances for shields, for huge enemies, like big buff enemies, for pikes. and for like regular swords, you you can do like you know how Assassin's Creed had their double assassination. You can do with the skill tree, you can do up to 3, right? They're all grouped together, but it's not like you have like a blade in your foot and then you like two swords and you just kind of like at the same time, right? You do one enemy, you like spin around their back, kill the other enemy, push them off, fucking stab the other one in the throat. Oh my god, dude, this game is so amazing. And it took 7 years to make, and it absolutely looks like they took 7 years for this game. The quality is off the charts, bro. I said that weird. Charts.
Dude.
Charts. The story is so good. I just remember this one scene, right? Like you are Jin Sakai, right? And you're right, and it's not really a spoiler because it's the beginning of the game, but pretty much the Mongolians are invading the island of Tsushima, and right, you go out to meet them, and they have like they outnumber you like 100 to 1, right? They
Right.
have so many, and well, like the samurai, they know they're going out to die because they can't match that, but like they think they might have a chance because they're gonna fight this samurai way with honor, dude. These fucking Mongolian dudes, dude, they don't give a fuck about their honor. The
Scary,
like
man.
the first
That's the
cutscene,
scary part of history, dude.
yeah, the first cutscene, right? Fucking Mongolian comes out, like walks on the beach, and one of the guys meets him for some reason, I'm not sure. And then a fucking guy, like the Mongolian, like sets him on fire. I'd be like, I don't fucking care. Everybody attack right now, dude. Oh my god. I was like, that's brutal. These guys don't give a fuck. You can see throughout the whole game like how Jin's like, I can't fight the way I've been taught my whole life. I have to change, or else my home is going to be gone. You know,
Right.
it's such a good
You have
story.
to go to full savage mode to fuck with the Mongolians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my number 6 spot. I fucking love that game. Love, bro. Number number 5. We are at the halfway point, Eddie. What is your number 5?
5. Even grindier than the most grindy game you will ever imagine. You can ever imagine in your mind. Think of the grindiest game you
Grindiest.
could ever play, and this game is still grindier.
Oh god.
um,
What is
this
it?
was peak high school playing, every school night, every weekend, 12, 14, 16 hours a day, gathering
Mm-hmm.
together as a
Mm-hmm.
team to beat a grand goal.
Oh.
Oh, this game, everyone hates on it so much, but this was a huge part of my life, and this game is called Destiny.
Ooh, yeah.
Destiny 1, not 2. 2 was fucking trash. um, but yeah, Destiny 1, it gets so much hate because admittedly, the story is horrible. It is super bad.
Wow. Yeah,
um,
I know. Yeah, I've heard it's
yeah,
bad.
there's there's plenty of instances in this game where, like, the classic example that everyone makes fun of is um like your character arrives to this like hub city, and you're like talking to this leader guy, and the leader guy is talking to you. He's like, I'm sure you have so many questions, but I'm not going to answer them. That's essentially what happens. So like you get no lore. There's like the story sucks, but we're going to move past that. um, so this game was made by Bungie, who is famous for Halo. This was the first game that they made after they lost the Halo contract. Um, and Destiny kind of satisfies my desire for highly grindy games. and also satisfies my need for like highly community based games that really force you to really band together with your teammates and beat very difficult challenges and puzzles together as a group.
Yeah.
And the raid, so what a raid is, it's essentially like it's a cooperative um like challenge mission with multiple parts, and at the end there's a boss. And in a raid you have six people, so you have yourself and five teammates. And for me, it was me and five friends that I saw every day in the lunchroom. And
Oh yeah.
it was like bonding. It was a bonding experience to a degree that I've never experienced in any other way before. Most people would equate this to maybe like a sports team, or something, maybe like a club you were in high school or something like that. But the bonds that I created running raids in Destiny and playing Destiny with my friends are probably deeper than anything I could ever imagine, because that level of cooperation on an intellectual level was so emotionally deep that like that's what this game brought for me. And that's why it's so high on this list, is um, that really like
Yeah.
developed me as like a social being.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird to say, but yeah, that's what Destiny did, and that's why it's here.
Mm-hmm.
It was so intricate. The skill system was very basic, but very optimizable. You could really mess around with your play style. The PvP was satisfying, very skill based, and you really had to grind for the right weapons. And once you got those right weapons, you could dominate in the PvP realm. You could dominate in the non PvP. You could chase exotic weapons that were harder to get. You could do these incredibly difficult challenges to get certain weapons that nobody else had, or pieces of armor. Like, it was an amazing, amazing setup. People give it way too much hate. Destiny, GOAT.
Go, dude. I never even was on the Destiny 1 craze, but like,
You joined Destiny 2.
yeah, pretty much I joined in the craze of Destiny 2. And man, that the one raid that was available that I did, that like cooperation is like, that's like peak gaming, man. That's what you
Oh,
do. That's
dude,
what you
it's
live
amazing.
for, bro.
It's so intense.
Yeah,
It's so stimulating. It's amazing.
and I imagine you guys just like, all right, guys, Friday, 7 o'clock, be there. We're doing this. I
Yeah,
thought
it was incredible.
that's
So
so
cool.
cool. I thought that was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. To bring, like, it's hard to organize teenage boys. Destiny did that. Like, on the fucking dot, people were on the minute they got home from school. All right, we're in Destiny. We're playing this fucking game, dude. I used to wake up. So this is a little side story about Destiny, but there's a vendor in Destiny named Zer,
Mm-hmm.
and he would show up every Friday at 3 a.m. Mountain Time, which is where we live in
Yeah.
Mountain Time Zone. So, um, because like I was so excited to see what this limited time vendor would have, I would wake up on Friday mornings before school at 3 a.m., fucking go to my Xbox, check out what the vendor had, and then if he had some good shit, I would buy it. If not, I would just go back to bed and go to sleep
Wow,
for
I
two or
didn't
three
know
more
that.
hours, and
Holy
then I would go to
shit.
school. Yeah, dude, me and DJ, I remember there were some mornings, 3 or 4 in the morning, me and DJ would hop on Friday and just fucking be like, "Hey man, it's really fucking dark. I'm tired as fuck. I don't want to go to class." And we'd hop on Destiny and look at the vendor, play for like 15 minutes, and then we'd go back to bed.
Oh my god, was that during their middle school? Was that during middle school days or high school?
No, that was high school, man.
Oh my
Yeah, like
gosh.
2014, 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Awesome.
a little 2016. That was a great time. Yeah.
Jump cut. Okay, so that was weird. For the listeners out there, my mic disconnected and wasn't recording from when I was gonna say my number 5 spot and onwards. So, and I didn't realize that until the end of the episode, which is terrifying. So
Tragedy.
yeah, Eddie recognized a change in mic
Yeah.
quality, but he just assumed it was normal. I mean, I would have, so no worries on that end. So we're doing a cut, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. Thank you for your patience on this. All right, so where we left off, your number 5 spot was Destiny, and since we both know now each other's
Surprise is over.
prize is over, but
That's okay though.
it's okay.
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
I'm gonna be monitoring OBS now, make sure this is fucking working. So my number 5 spot is Persona 4 Golden. It is a game I played this year, and I beat this year. It took me 60 hours. This game is just so humanizing. Like the relationships that you're in, like, so for those who don't know, it's a Japanese role-playing game. You just moved to this small town, Inaba, and you're gonna be living with your uncle for a year, so you gotta make some friends or it's gonna be a shitty year. So you start making some friends, and then out of nowhere, like, these murders start happening. Like, people are like found hanging from like electrical lines and stuff. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck is happening, bro? And then you enter the TV world, and in the TV world is like your inner self. So it's like the whole mantra of this game is like, reach out for the truth, find, like, I have the shirt too. I have a shirt like says like the
Sick, dude. I
mantra.
didn't know that.
Yeah, like, reach out to the truth, find your like inner self. And
Nice.
like that's just humanizing. Like, a game can just be that human.
Oh yeah.
Is great. Like, a terrific writing, and I want to get the platinum. It's coming out on modern platforms January 19th, along with the third Persona. I recommend anybody play this game. It is just, it's like therapeutic, man, and it can connect with a lot of people. If you're like, if you had to say goodbye to some friends in the past or some family members, making new friends, saying, like, it's great. It's great. Absolutely
Oh,
recommend.
yeah.
So now
Awesome.
we move to our number 4 spot. Shmeny, take it away.
Right. Number 4. Boom boom. All right. So this is a game that I kind of return to normally like once or twice a year. I'd say like once a year. Um and I normally like start a new character and like I try to play in a new way, and it's been like a huge kind of tradition for me. I've replayed it about 5 or 6 times, maybe 7, and I've gotten really I've gotten really far on some characters, and like sometimes like when I do a playthrough I just beat the story, but this game is like one of my favorite for replayability, and that is Fallout 4.
Let's
Um,
go.
so this game, it's for all I can explain why I didn't pick 3 or New Vegas, which is generally um, the Bethesda Fallout fans pick. I
Yeah.
like that this game is a little bit more colorful. Also, but like when it came out before all the updates, this game ran a lot more efficiently than 3 in New Vegas. So um, just being a bit more colorful, a little bit smoother looking, running a little bit better, that was like a huge plus for me. But um, the ending is amazing, great twist ending. Open world elements are perfect. I love the side elements like the gun customization, and the city building, or what do you call it, like the base building?
Yeah, base building.
Settlement management. That's what it is.
Oh.
Settlement management. It's very intricate and highly intellectually engaging. Like, it works really well. Just like fits my brain really well because it's almost like an endless grind, and just creating like a little like metropolis empire that trades and shit. Like, I think that's really cool. And then also just like from an exploration setting. Like you can just literally just walk in one direction and you'll find 15 new places that you've never seen in any of your previous playthroughs. Like no matter how many times you've played it. Um, just looking for those incredible little secrets, and you like have the wiki on like on your laptop next to you, and like if you find a new place you can find a million little things to do in each location, and I always really love that. Additionally, with the DLC, I didn't talk about this one in our old cut, but the DLC is a huge draw. Far Harbor is an awesome environment. I love the art style, and it's like very kind of gives you more of that Fallout 3 vibe. It's like really drab, monotone color scheme, but it works really well because it's, you know, very United States northeasternly, like coastal, Maine coastal vibes, foggy, lots of crabs and shit. Like, it's really cool. It really pulls off that fisherman village, like on the water type vibe. And there's a great story that goes with that DLC. And then I haven't played some of like the smaller ones, like the robot customization one, like that kind of adds features. But for the main ones, Far Harbor and then the Nuka World DLC, Nuka World is like, in terms of like story, it's not too much to look at, but it's mostly like combat, or not combat, excuse me, like content. There's just, it adds so much stuff. Oh my god, you can play in Nuka World for almost as long as you can in the main game. Like, it's incredible.
100%.
There's so much stuff to do, like tons of new items, plenty of new like customization. You can like run through the Nuka World story and pick different sides each time you do it. There's like a bunch of diverse environments, cool new weapons, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, DLC, another great one. Fallout 4, great game.
I would have considered Fallout 4 more if not for the fact that and Fallout 3 more, is that in Fallout 3, one of the DLCs, I literally had to uninstall a separate DLC so that I wouldn't fall through the floor in a certain area. Can you fucking believe that? Can you fucking believe that shit, dude?
Yeah, that's some massive Bethesda traits.
Yeah.
Like just like fucking.
And in Fallout 4, I didn't even finish the Far Harbor DLC because I'm stuck at the Dima mission where you go inside him like the first time with those little bug things.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that glitch before. Yeah.
I cannot find a fucking fix for it. Nothing works. And my previous save was like 5 hours or something beforehand. I'm like,
man,
screw that, bro.
That's fucked up, man. Damn. I've seen that bug before because I got it one time.
Yeah.
And luckily I had saved recently. So like I went and like did some other shit and like it just worked.
So
but
annoying, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So in Fallout New Vegas, I didn't have any like annoying or game breaking bugs like that. It was just funny buggy.
Yeah.
Like fucking
normal Bethesda glitches.
Yeah. Boone would snipe somebody's head off and it would go like 5,000 miles. Like, it was crazy. it was like speed of light. It was so funny.
That's pretty funny.
That's why Fallout New Vegas is on my list. But not my number 4 is a great number 4 spot. Did you line that up with the number 4 spot being Fallout 4?
Think about that being a coincidence, and I kind of laughed at that. I thought that was funny.
Smart guy. All right. Number 4 is what I believe to be the best piece of Star Wars fiction / media / content ever. And I had to pick between the first one or the second one. And honestly, like the themes in the second one and the characters speak to me more, even though the first one had a great twist, which I was spoiled to. Canadian. That's all I'll say. So, and it is my number 4 pick, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, baby. 2. Not the first one, but 2. First one's amazing. Like, it's pretty much up there. Like, it would be centimeters away. But 2 just has themes, and there's a whole, like, there's like multiple video essays on this one character that you meet called Kreia and her ideology throughout the game. On like why the Force is like stupid and like why like you shouldn't trust it or something.
Yeah.
It's like I explained it in the past cut, but I'm gonna do it again. Like you go to this one planet and the first thing, like one of the first interactions you have is a guy comes up to you and is like, "Hey, I'm poor. Can you give me some money? Like I need money." Right? And if you give him money, Kreia's like, "Why did you do that?" He expects handouts now. You just set him up for failure for the rest of his life. He's gonna die now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
So okay, right? So then
Damn.
I loaded another save. I loaded the save
Uh-huh.
before I got there, and I didn't give him the money. And she was like, "You're a fucking piece of shit. Why did you do that? You're an asshole. Be kind, you know.
There's no winning.
Show some kindness for once." And then
That's funny.
it has like a reputation system, just like in Fallout New Vegas. And so
Yeah.
that's like it would be like influence lost, Kreia, or influence gained, Kreia. But in this situation, it's lost on both. And sometimes, right, I'd be in the whole dialogue sequence for like 5 minutes and I'd get out of it. It'd be like influence lost, Kreia, influence gained, Kreia, influence lost, Kreia, and like back and forth. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't win with this lady, dude. That's
That's
what
pretty funny.
that's what I liked about it though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
The
for
end
sure.
too. Oof. Peak fiction. Peak fucking
Fuck yeah.
fiction. The combat, you not that hard to pick up. Honestly, I didn't know what I was doing for like the first like 20-30 minutes of the first game, but then like I didn't have to look up anything. I figured it out. It's if you can't figure it out, you've never played an MMORPG. You've never played Wizard 101 if you can't figure that shit out.
You have that
Honestly.
basic gaming skill. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a D20 kind of Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
Where, like
Okay.
your skill influences like if your hit chance is high enough. But like you'll swing a lightsaber and it'll miss sometimes, but like the animation like connects, like sparks will come out and stuff. It's
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
so it's old, but I appreciate it. Now we move to our number 3 choices. Eddie,
Right.
start us
Number
off.
3. All right, we're working with a classic. I think this is in most people, well, not most people's, but a lot of people's top 5. Um, so this is a game that I first played when I was about 11, and it's stuck with me, for we're looking at like over a decade now. So this game to me lands in this spot specifically for a few reasons, but kind of like with Destiny, when I was talking about earlier, the sense of community. Also, you get this perfect soundtrack, simplistic design, just very relaxing environment, and the game is Minecraft. So that's my number 3.
Oh.
But yeah, this
Yeah.
game, social experiences with my friends, literally from, I was in 6th grade all the way until, whenever the last time we all played together. So probably like last year or something. But like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Minecraft is stuck with me for so long. The soundtrack is so perfect that, like, I listen to it to help me fall asleep. It brings a sense of comfort and youth to the mind that nothing else can really capture for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's so relaxing. It's such a good bonding experience. You and your friends, or you and a partner, or you and anybody. It's like amazing. Minecraft is, I think, one of the most revolutionary pieces of entertainment of this millennium.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why it deserves my number 3 spot.
It was the first sandbox game, I'm pretty sure, like to ever like pick up the Steam. I don't know about other sandbox games, but like
Yeah.
pretty
I mean, you
much,
could say like
yeah,
Sim City and stuff like that, where you're like building.
yeah, you
But
could, but like
yeah,
you're still tethered to
right.
certain systems where Minecraft, you could do anything. You could be anybody. And
Precisely.
yeah, and so there was sandbox systems and like only available in like modding because literally you could do anything with mods in any game.
Right.
But like this was like more freeing. So great choice, number three. Fucking,
Yeah.
it's probably my
Thanks.
most played game between Minecraft Xbox One Edition and the new Minecraft Bedrock. Easily my most played game ever, and
Yeah.
I don't regret it. That brings me to my number three spots.
Oh
Now
shit.
this was pretty sacrilegious in the past cut to Eddie. So I'm gonna keep this game pushed it over the edge because of how good all three of its game modes were. Not how my other choice would have been only had two really great modes and one sort of don't play again kind of mode. But my number three slot as my number three favorite game, I mean top game of all time, Black Ops 1. Call of Duty Black Ops 1. This game, I remember sitting with my cousin and just like on some beanbags, just playing some multiplayer, playing some zombies, not knowing what the hell to do in zombies, but playing some zombies. That story was the first like galaxy brain moment I ever had. I was like, there's no way, dude, the numbers, that's what the numbers mean. I was like,
Numbers.
there's no way. I was like, what the hell? I put the controller down, like, pause. I was like, this this can't happen. Like there's no way. There's no way. That doesn't make sense. And I was like, it makes perfect sense. Oh my god, that story. Absolute fire. The multiplayer, some of my favorite guns ever come from Black Ops 1. We got like
Are great.
the Galil, the AK-74U, the AK like 74. We got the Commando. I love the reload animation of the Commando. I just think it looks pretty
Quite
neat.
satisfying.
Pretty
Very
neato.
angular and straight. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the maps all bangers. We first got Nuketown, the classic Nuketown in Black Ops 1. Absolute fire. The score
Same.
streaks were fucking good. I was a menace with the RCXD. Absolute menace. I would take the shortcut in Nuketown like every time and get a kill. Like 95% of the time would get a kill. What else? What else I gotta say about this amazing game? Oh, the zombies.
There
I
you go.
didn't
That's what you're missing.
I didn't initially play a lot of it when I got it when I was like 12 years old, but I went back to it and I had like all the DLC of them, all the DLC maps. Oh my god, dude!
Incroyable.
All banger maps: Kino, 5, Call of the Dead, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, and then on top of that, they added the World at War maps. What is it? Shinonuma, uh,
Vrocked, Knocked,
Verrückt.
and Derice.
Derice, no, there was the starting map, Knocked on Toten.
Yeah,
How'd you say that? Yeah.
I
So
did.
on top of that, they added those 4 maps, dude. Absolute, just great. Like you could spend hours in any mode, and that was the beauty of it. You could just switch to whatever one you want. Like amazing. Ugh.
Amazing.
Amazing. Like I could not get enough of Black Ops 1. I could still go back to Black Ops 1 now. If they didn't remake like Zombies Chronicles in the Black Ops 3, I would still go back. I would still
What a
go back
great
to Black Ops
invention,
1.
though. Zombies Chronicles. What a fucking idea.
Right?
That was so
A
cool.
one-off invention that dude, imagine Black Ops 2 Zombies Chronicles, bro. They
Dude,
could have done a
insane.
DLC, Zombies Chronicles 2 DLC.
I know. I don't know
That would
why
have
they
made
didn't.
Dude, that would have made Black Ops 3 like the best Call of Duty ever.
Seriously.
That's
They
my
could
number
have done
3
it,
spot.
but they
They could
didn't.
have. They could have, but they're like, oh, but right, like they released Zombie Chronicles during the DLC cycle of Infinite Warfare. That's how good Black Ops 3 was, and how
Everyone
Infinite
loved that
Warfare
game.
was not living up to the hype, even though I liked it. That one video where he's like the guy's on the bus. He's like, "She was beautiful to me," or something like that. What does he say?
Yeah, I can't remember. I know what you're talking about
Yeah,
though.
that's me. That's me. Infinite Warfare. I thought it was actually really good. So
I
that's my
tend
number
to
3 spot.
disagree.
I don't care. L plus ratio. Number 2
Okay,
spot.
no ratio. Nobody likes Advanced Warfare.
No, Infinite Warfare.
Oh, Infinite Warfare. Oh no, even worse.
Oh, fuck you. Okay, tell your number 2 spot.
All right, number 2. A lot better than Infinite Warfare. All right. So this game is the king of immersion, in my opinion. I think there's no experience that has ever captivated me as much as this one in terms of like bringing me into a world and making it feel real and like existing in it and feeling what the atmosphere is like in real life. Like you're just sitting there, but you can
Mm-hmm.
feel it, you know? So the story with this game, it was 2011 and I was but a young lad playing Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 3 at the time. I can't remember. But at this point, I really only played action games, shooters. I didn't really play anything like fantasy like. No, yeah, no like dragons and swords and shields and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this game changed everything for me because when this game came out, my friend Alec, our friend Alec, shout out Alec, he was talking to me at school one day. He's like, dude, this new game came out. Oh my God, it's the best fucking thing ever. And he was describing it to me. He's like, there's dragons and there's swords. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking lame. Like, this is like a sword fucking fantasy world game. Like, this is lame as shit. But um, he was like, dude, you have to play it. And I kept blowing him off. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking play it. Like, this is stupid. He's like, please, bro, just like let me take it over to your house. We'll pop it in the Xbox 360 and we're gonna fucking roll. We're gonna play it. And I was like, okay, fine. So me and Alec roll up into my house, and what does he have in his hands? Skyrim, baby. That's my number 2 pick.
The Elder Scrolls.
The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. But Alec pops it in the disc tray, and this is my first experience of like an open world, like RPG style game. Um, I had just like began to play Minecraft at this point, so like having like the ability to like quote unquote do whatever you want was like still kind of confusing to me. So when I popped into the world, I was like, okay, like what do I do? Like we're like we got to Whiterun, which is like one of the first cities you get to. And I'm just kind of like, okay, so now what? So I ask him, like, okay, what do I do? And he's like, well, you can like go explore, you can do a mission, or you can like go like talk to people. Or I was like, what? Like, this makes no sense. So I kind of blew it off. I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. I don't like this. But I tried to give it a chance, and I ended up spending my first 30 minutes in that game after the intro sequence just breaking into people's houses and just like stealing shit. And like I was having a blast. Like I was like, oh my God, like you really can do anything you want in this game. And that kind of unlocked like a crazy passion for this game. Just that little time where I was just like breaking into people's houses, stealing their shit. Um, but that kind of opened the door for me to understand like, wow, this is like a giant world and I can do whatever I want. And like the the fun kind of goes away, like stealing shit after a while. But at that point I realized like, oh, like I can go explore this cave and like get this cool item, or I can follow the quest and like learn about the story and learn about the world. And like it was just amazing that there was so much to do. And then existing in the world even while not progressing through any sort of mission or anything like that, listening to the music, it's like you're there. Like you can feel the breeze. You're just walking through a field at night. You can, you can smell the flowers. It's very, very like sensory. It's incredible how, um, you know, you can be immersed in it without even, being there. Like this is before VR Skyrim,
Oh
like
yeah.
10 years before. So, but it gave me the same feeling. Like I was in the game and I was existing. Like is incredible. So number 2 pick, Skyrim.
Dude, absolute. Like
Oh,
I already
excuse
talked
me.
about Skyrim and the number 10 spot
Yes.
earlier, so I won't go much into it, but man, I fucking love Skyrim, dude. I can
Great
always go
game.
back. Fucking love Skyrim. Okay. So this brings me to my number 2 spot, which is honestly could go either way with my number 1 and number 1 spot, but this game has the most like gut wrenching, like impactful story I've ever experienced. It is The Last of Us. I played it on PS4. I played The Last of Us Remastered, not the remake that came out. It's on the PS5. But this game, like the ending, I still like debate about. I'm like, was that like the right decision to do, or like wasn't it? Like would I have done that? I'd be like, yeah, I definitely would have done that in my position. But like, dude, oh my god, this is a third person, over the shoulder action venture game where it is this virus happens and nobody knows how it happened. There's speculation that like no, I'm thinking of The Division. I don't know how that happened. I was thinking like how like it was like on money. That's how like the virus got out.
Oh, I see.
I think
Yeah.
I think Division did that. But yeah,
Yeah. I can't remember. Well, I've never played or not Outlast, excuse me. The Last of Us. Um, I've watched a playthrough, but that was so long ago. I don't really remember too much about it.
yeah. The and it's like the combat feels clunky, but it makes sense in the world because like it's post-apocalyptic, 20 years, everything's overgrown. You're lucky to
Right.
find some like an intact weapon that you don't have to fucking Fallout 4 gunsmith together with some duct tape and shit and a pipe.
Right.
So like big slow hits, not slow, but like not as fast as you
Yeah.
should do it if you're fighting for your life like all the time in this game, which
Right.
they
Yeah.
are. You take the
Exactly.
spot of Joel and Ellie, and they're on a mission to Utah, right? No, Utah. I think it is Utah. And that's all I'll say about the story. It's just so good, and it's gonna be releasing on PC sometime later, probably like I would say by that early next year. So absolute recommend that fucking game. Don't pay $70 for it though. I would have bought the PS5 game if it was $40, which I will probably wait 40. But honestly, if I'm at that point where it's $40, I still got games to play. Like I still haven't even touched like Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a classic. I think
Classic.
I played some of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the third one. Yeah. Yeah. That was when I was very young though. It
Mm.
was on my friend's dad's computer. We used to play.
That is my number 2 spot. Like a great fucking video game. Like that is an art form right there. Like video games is an art form, but that is like by far one of the greatest examples of it is The Last of Us.
Yeah.
All right. The big the big number 1,
A
Eddie.
big number one. Whoa.
What do we
All right.
have?
So Zach knew this from the beginning. even before we had the fucked up recording, like
Yeah.
he knew this was going to be it. This game entered my life from this YouTuber who he's called 402 Thunder. He's like smaller size YouTuber. He still posts. He does mostly like COD content, but he used to play Borderlands 2 like when it was first really popular in like 2012, 2013, 2014. And in 2013, he posted a lot of videos of this, and I was just like enthralled by everything about it, like the weapons and the boss battles and the art style. And I was like, oh my God, like this is incredible. But Borderlands 2 is my number one pick. Um, so I discovered it from that. And this was right in between 8th grade and high school. And this was summertime. And I just remember this entire summer being locked in the dark basement playing this fucking game. Like, that's all I did. I didn't go outside. I didn't hang out with the boys. I just fucking played Borderlands 2. I would burn Led Zeppelin CDs onto my Xbox and just listen to Led Zeppelin and play Borderlands 2 for hours. Like, I'm talking like 12, 14, 16 hours a day, just like
How did you do that?
grinding away.
How did you like?
It was amazing.
So you were burning the CDs and playing at the same time?
Well, you would burn it first, and then it would be on your hard drive, and then
Oh,
yeah,
so then what? You could play music and play the game at the same time?
yeah, yeah. You never used that before?
I
I
never
guess you
had
didn't have a
360.
360.
I didn't
Yeah,
know if that was a feature on the. I know like you could store music on the PS3, but I didn't know if you could listen to
yeah.
it while playing a
It
game.
didn't work that well. Like it would, like as all CD burning activities were, it kind of worked like some of the time. Like some of the files would get corrupted, and like
Mm-hmm.
but like yeah, I used to play that and like listen to the sound or the albums and shit. So that was really fun. But yeah, this game hits every marker for me. And art style, combat is perfect. The game performs very well. Like it runs at high frame rate. It's never choppy. It never like gets fuzzy or like has like bad visual fidelity. It's just like really crisp, clean. Everything runs well. Bosses are interesting. Soundtrack is really good, very peaceful, but also like good during action sequences. Um, the grindiness is just perfect. Like the legendary weapons in the game, like feel legendary. Like they're challenging to get. Like they're very rare, and you can get highly in depth with builds and like character selection and try to optimize to create like the best possible character with like the best damage output and the most survivability and stuff like that. And it also satisfied for me the social aspect that I keep talking about in this episode. Like, um, for my first, like, the first person I played this game with was my friend Dutch, and me and him, like, we grinded it that whole summer a little bit, like the year after, and then we loved playing that game, but we never got super far into the end game. So like a few years go by, and then like further into high school, that's like when I became friends with Zach, and that's when um, the remaster of Borderlands 2 came out called the Handsome Collection. So when that came out, I was kind of asking people like, "Oh, you guys should buy this game. It's the fucking greatest game ever." Blah blah blah. And nobody really jumped onto it as much as Zach did, and me and Zach really bonded over that game, and we ended up taking it to the very end. Like we got all the best stuff, beat all the bosses, not all of them, but like we definitely beat the hardest,
Mm-hmm.
which is Veracitus. But yeah, we did amazing things in that game. Like I'm so proud of our accomplishments. Like it took so many hours, but like it was such a great time. I'll always remember it. So yeah, Borderlands 2 is, in my opinion, is perfect. There's nothing that I would change about it at all.
It is truly like a one of a kind game.
Yep.
We probably won't get another Borderlands game or a game in general. It's like come close to what that can do with like a story and the genre it's in.
Story I didn't even talk about. Story's good too. Villain is great. Handsome Jack's one of the best villains ever.
ever. Yeah.
The dialogue and the writing is funny. It's not like cringy funny like it is now. Like with the new Borderlands titles, like it's kind of cringy, like bad humor, like not funny. Like this is like funny. Like they did it perfectly. Characters are interesting, visually and like from a personality standpoint. It's just awesome.
I remember. I remember buying this game because I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was like 2015,
Yeah.
and jeez, I remember it was. I remember I moved into the, the house that's like right across the street from your neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember moving into that house, and like we didn't build my bed frame yet, and so I was just sitting on the mattress, and I was looking at like games to buy because I think I had a gift card or whatever.
Right.
And before that, no, I had Black Ops 3, so I was just like looking at another game to buy, and I think I bought it, but like not. I don't know if you recommended me to buy it. I think I just bought it because like, oh, this looks cool, and no,
Yeah, I think
no,
you're right.
I bought it because I remember playing it at Caden's house. My friend,
Okay.
my past friend Caden. Not past,
Yeah.
like isn't dead. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. But Caden,
Pretty sure.
I played it over at his house for one of his birthdays. I was like, I wasn't too much into it because I low-key when I got there, I wanted to play a specific kind of game, but it was his birthday, so I wasn't gonna be like, nah, I don't want to play this. So I got, it's like I think we did like the first mission, like a couple missions after that. I was in the first area for sure. We didn't get past that. I was like, yeah, this game's all right. And then years, I think a year or something. I don't know how many years go by, and I see the Handsome Jack collection, and
Yep.
it was for $50. And I saw it, and it was two games, $50, and I was like, you know what? That's a good deal. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna do that right now.
Of course.
And the rest, literally history. I don't think, I don't think I touched it right after I bought it. I think, or I was like, I was talking to you guys in the party. I was like, yeah, I just bought this Borderlands game. If you guys didn't play this, and I'm pretty sure you jumped immediately. I was like, dude, yeah,
It's like, oh, dude, that's
yeah,
the
I fucking
greatest thing
love
ever.
Borderlands. You gotta play it. I was like, bet. I got some.
Yeah.
I could play it co-op. Like, bet. I forgot I could do that. So let's fucking do
Yeah.
it. And the literally rest is history. We grinded so much. Eddie power leveled
Such a
me.
good thing.
Didn't even
Yep.
mind. I just love the game that much.
Yep.
And now our characters are under leveled because they went in like 8 years or something after, like 7 years after it came out,
Literally
and raised the level cap. So all the guns we grinded for are now
useless.
level useless pretty much because like you want the
Yeah.
best gear, but the best gear is now level 80, not level 72, which we were at. So
Yep.
that was a little crushing, and I don't
Yeah.
think we could. We don't have the time to get all our stuff back again.
No. The time to recover from that is like immense.
It's immense.
Having the perfect stuff. I will never have the desire to do that again. Like, oh my god.
Mm-mm. Like, I
Cannot be
think
done.
I don't I don't want to say it's like impossible. Like it's very near low chance that we would go back and just get all of it again. With like, or like not even with new characters, just with the characters that we have. Still
Yeah.
getting all that stuff is
It'd take a long time.
time consuming, dude.
Take a long time. At least now we do know exactly the quickest way to do everything. So it would be a lot faster than it was before because our
Yeah,
my knowledge level is like so much higher than it was like 7 years ago. But yeah, just like knowing I learned so much about that game in those like 3 or 4 years that we played it really consistently.
hmm
Like, yeah.
that. Yeah, it. I had to at least mention it on the list. It did not make the top 10, but that doesn't mean it's not a fantastic fucking video game, regardless. But for me, my number one video game of all time.
Huh.
It's on. It's not. I wouldn't say it's like on the hardcore gamer lists of their top 10. I feel like this is more frequent of a choice than if like a casual person who like plays 2K, Call of Duty, maybe spices it up with some GTA, Red Dead would be. But I am choosing a game that I beat very recently. It was New Year's Eve going into 2022. So New Year's Eve 2021. I beat this on my DS. I was treating myself. This game is very expensive in this DS, complete in box DS form. And it is Chrono Trigger. It is a remaster of sorts on the DS from the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and it was released originally in 1995. So I put an old game as my number one spot because the story, dude. I was even like I like gifted this to Dito for like nothing, like $8 or something dollars, right? And he only played like an hour or something. He's like, dude, the story is like really intriguing. Like, I'm definitely interested in this story. I just don't have time. I just couldn't find any time to do it.
Right.
It starts off pretty like, wow, what the hell? Because it's basically you're going through time and seeing how the same environment changes with you. So you go to the Unga Boonga times, it's like 10,000 BC. You go to 500 years, like, so you're in the present day, which is like 1000 AD, and then you go to like 500 AD or something like that, which is like 500 years beforehand or some number, and then you go to like the futuristic time period. Or wait, was there another time period? No, the futuristic time period where everything is desolate. It is like, it's like the Earth died. Like it's died. It's not. There's no recovering from this. Like, it's just so fucking. What is the word I'm looking for? Like bleak. So bleak. Unalive. Unliving. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I saw that. I was like, what the hell could have happened here, right? And I don't want to. Of course, any of these, I don't want to spoil anything. Please play this game.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is so accessible now. It's on sale constantly on PC for any amount of money, like $5. You could get it pretty cheap. But the most optimal way, the best way to play it amongst the fan base is on the DS. You can emulate that if you want to. I mean, it's not going to be super hard to figure out the controls from there. But it has a system. It's a Japanese RPG, so it's made from the composer of Final Fantasy, the artist that does Dragon Ball, one of the producers of Final Fantasy, and like one of the directors or something of the Dragon Quest series. So 4 prolific names, which I can't remember all of them right now. 4 prolific names in the gaming industry at the time came together to make this one product, this one standalone Chrono Trigger product. It was amazing. It's on multiple people's like number one list because it just tells a good story. The characters are very likable, good twists because there's multiple low key, and then there's multiple endings too. And I didn't get the ending that I liked. One person didn't make it.
Oh no!
And I was like, no,
one character
dude,
tragedy.
Oh my! I was like, one of my favorite, my favorite character. He didn't make it. And then later, I looked up the different endings, and you could go and like do something to like get him back somehow. And you know what you have to use? You have to use the Chrono Trigger.
The title.
So that was like, I was like, fuck. Such a fitting name too. The character that told me to do that, the NPC, is like, Must use the Chrono Trigger. I was like, oh, he said it. He said it. That's the game.
That's funny.
But yeah, I don't think it was somewhat of a spoiler there. I apologize, but I didn't say what character. I don't know. I think other characters can die too. The one that died on me, I'm not sure if he's the only one that can be like a goner. I'm sure there's others. But that is our top 10 games of all time.
Woo.
We hope you learned more about our tastes and our favorite games along the way. Hope you enjoyed. This is going to be a 2-hour plus podcast on just our favorite games. And apologize, it's going to be coming out on a Tuesday, not on the normal Mondays that it happens. But closing thoughts, Edward.
I'm gonna try to my closing thoughts on the bad recording were so good. I'm gonna try to replicate what I
really
said. Okay, so the takeaway that I get from gaming is that it's a highly underappreciated art, and when I say that, I classify gaming as a combination of several art forms. So you have visual, audible, and then like storytelling. Like I consider that like an incredible like mixture of all of the major like human art forms, and it's often dismissed as not an art form because it's kind of demonized by a lot of parts of society as like being a waste of time, or like oh, you're not focusing on your real life and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But people tend to forget that focusing on art and appreciating art is one of the joys of life, and one of the things that makes life, you can put it into perspective, and you can learn things from understanding creativity and experiencing creativity. So what I hope to do with this podcast in general, and like with this episode, is talking about your favorite pieces of art is super valuable because it exposes those ideas to other people, and it further spreads positivity around gaming as a culture or as a medium of looking at something, or appreciating storytelling in a different way. And it's going to contribute to making the world a more openly creative environment and accepting environment. So keep talking about your favorite games. It's very important. Makes the world keep going round. So even though like it's you're sitting in front of a TV and playing with a controller, it is a valid way to consume art, and I think that's very valuable to understand and promote. So that's all I have to say. Zach, do you have closing thoughts?
No, that was perfect. I cannot top that. I don't even want to try to top that. That was
Okay.
good.
That means I replicated the other one.
You replicated it pretty close to the T there. That's props right there, man. That's props.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Where can we find you? Where can we find you, Eddie?
All right. We didn't talk about it much this episode, but I am pretty big into fitness and lifting the weights. So for those of you who don't know, but I Jesus Christ, I'm blanking hard. I had that great speech, and now I'm just like falling apart. I have a fitness Instagram page where I post photos, motivational content, exercise guides, sample workouts, stuff like that. And it's you're gonna find me at Eddie Lee Lifts, which is spelled EDDIELEELIFTS. Eddie Lee Lifts. I post 3 to 4 times a week on there. School's pretty busy, so I can't do every day, but try to keep up with that. Hopefully you might find some inspiration, or you just want to look at pictures of me being stupid. I don't know, whatever you want. That's where you can find me. Don't look for me anywhere else. It's a bad idea.
Bad
That's
idea.
where
We'll
you find
fucking
me.
do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Go look them up. Great. How are the views coming in? Like the what's it called? The outreach. What's it called?
Yeah, like the engagement, I would
Yes.
call it. Um, since I stopped doing reels, like the video content, and I kind of switched to pictures, just because doing the reels is like such a time suck, and it's like, um, obviously that's what's promoted my page to its level, but like I don't have the mental energy capabilities to handle that right now. So,
Yeah.
um, but overall, like my most engaged video, um, I have now 210,000 views, 3,031 likes. So I'm pretty proud of that one.
Ooh.
Um, but now I do photos, and I kind of focus more on like, um, I don't know, like taking interesting looking photos of me exercising, or just like candids of me in the gym. And like it's kind of like a little photography, like little side hobby I've been interested in. So yeah, like framing photos is like really fun, and it's something I want to get into a little bit deeper, but this is how I'm doing it right now. So yeah, pretty happy with it, enjoying myself, and hopefully this headband company sponsors me, because they keep liking my posts. So
Oh, you got a headband? Ooh.
yeah, dude, I got the bandana. It looks sick.
If
So
that follows through, I'll support that.
hell yeah. So shout out Junk Headbands.
So
Y'all are
junk
sick.
headbands.
Yeah. Sponsor me. You have a great product, I have to admit.
Oh, do
So
you use it
yeah.
actually?
Oh yeah. No, I wear it. Yeah. Wear it every fucking time.
Oh, hell
It's like
yeah.
a great investment. Like my fucking glasses kept falling off my face until I started wearing the headband, because I get so sweaty. So these like the sweatband, the headband, one, it catches the sweat. Two, it like holds my glasses to my head. So yeah.
Okay, I might go buy one, dude, because I still
Good
have
time,
that
dude. They're not even expensive. Like
no.
they're like, I think I bought mine for like $15, and it's like got a cool design. It's made out of a nice material. You can wash it. Um, yeah, it's like one of the few brands I've found in this kind of sphere of clothing that I really respect. So
Do
yeah,
you do you have the one headband that like you have to tie, or is it one that you can just like
yeah, it's a
plop
tie.
on? Okay, you tie it.
It's a tie. I like the tie because it looks more like cool. They have ones that you don't have to tie, but I think the
Yeah.
tie ones look sick, so I got that one.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember. I still wear that Colorado flag headband, bandana, whatever. Yeah. I still wear that, and it gets pretty damp when I'm fucking playing volleyball, dude.
Dude, for sure. Yeah, dude, go hop on the junk headbands train,
Junk.
dude. They're sick.
I'll check
Yeah.
that out next time I get paid. Low key, so they have a good design.
Yeah.
But
Dude, they got so many designs. It's amazing.
we got way off track there. But
Yeah.
we you can find me Pin and Pant. I'm most active on Twitter, to be honest. But I have Instagram. I'm trying to be more consistent about posting there. I'm almost the Monopoly video that I've cut all the way. Like I have it cut like to the end, I think. And like
Yeah.
the end is like 2 minutes long, so I'll have to break it up on Instagram into two parts. Like a Twilight. I'll have to break it up into two parts. But find me there. YouTube, obviously Pen and Pant. I'm waiting on a Valari gaming build. I've told you about this, right?
No,
No?
I don't think so. What is
Okay.
it called?
All right, look up Valari gaming pillow. VALARI. I'm waiting on this so I can do like I want to do an impressions video first, and then I'm gonna do an actual review like
Interesting.
hours down the
Okay, I
line.
see.
Yeah. So like
Huh.
it's a pillow that goes around your waist, so when you're holding the controller, it like sits on the pillow perfectly and has like your elbows and like arms perfectly on the pillow, so it's not like droop down bad. It results, the video that they have on their Kickstarter like says holding the controller normally without the pillow like promotes bad posture, you know,
That's
and
right. Yeah.
you'll have to like move positions all the time because you're just not comfortable. And I definitely
Hmm.
relate to that. The Kickstarter was funded all the way back in November of last year, and I'm now going to be getting my pillow by the end of this month, October of 2022, a
Oh,
year later.
Jesus.
They just had production issues. I mean, I really don't blame them. It's post pandemic, it's been crazy. So like there's probably people who are pissed. They're like, what the fuck is my pillow, bro? I want this pillow so bad. Like, we could offer returns. Like, no, that's not what I want. I just want my fucking pillow.
I mean, it looks like they got a deal with Halo. That's cool.
I got the Halo one. It's a green,
We got
and
the Halo
I
one.
got the green, and under it's like silver or gray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on the
And
website right now.
I had the option, since I was a backer on Kickstarter, to put my, like, they engraved, not engraved, but like stitched my name into like one of the sides, the opposite side of where they have like the logo of Valari.
Right.
So it'll say pen and pan on there, baby. And I was debating whether of doing like a PlayStation pillow or an Xbox pillow, but I was like, even though right now, currently, I've been on the PlayStation kick because of like all the
Yeah.
exclusives I'm playing.
Right.
Xbox is just where it's been for me. So I was like, I gotta get it for the Xbox, man. I mean, come on. Come on. But yeah, dude. Anyway, sorry, this is a very long outro. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you later.
Bye.